listen, you know what pisses me off the most? When people say, oh, why don't you fit it to this? Or why don't you fit it to that? Why don't you fit it to that? All right, oh, it'll fit on the cope, and all right, we'll make it fit.
Well, welcome to a new Dave's Classic Garage Tours video and another visit to Dirty Dog Outlaws down on Phillip Island. No BS, let's get straight into it.
Hello, buddy.
Hey, mate.
How you going?
Yeah, all good down here on the island.
Yeah, nice and sunny day for us in the middle of winter.
Cracker, mate.
Yeah.
Cracker.
So you got out the boys and girls?
Yeah, I thought I'd showcase a bit of what we got. We're just about to do a big production run. We've got a few orders in and time to get some of them out. So I thought, let's pull these out and show you what we've got.
Rightio, okay. What's first up? There's some stuff here I don't recognise. I didn't even know you were doing.
Look, sometimes out of something bad, something good happens. So I'll give you a rundown. The people that were doing our fiberglass for us, so we own the moulds, and we obviously designed the cars. But the guys that were doing our fiberglass, their factory burnt down. Oh. The poor people, really, really nice people to deal with, but their whole factory burnt down.
Oh my Lord.
And a lot of, some of our customer products got burnt, a few moulds got burnt, but this is what came out of the ashes. Right. So the moulds that we rely on in our business survived somehow. So right. That's all come in here, yeah. And we're doing our fiberglass in-house. Now we're doing that anyway with the Dingo. Yeah. It just means we're prepping for more volume now, right. And we're doing it in-house.
Okay, so, Dingo being this one.
Yeah, so this is...
And then there's, and you've got one...
Yeah, so we've got one underway over there. Yeah, so that was the first one that we've done in-house. Okay. And we'll just continue production. We've got, we've got a Speedster over there we can go over, but yeah. The Dingo...
This is the mould we saw on the rotisserie.
That's right, that's right.
Time.
That's right. So we've just reassembled it. We've assembled all of them, and then we'll go through and wax and prep the moulds, and then we'll go and we'll do a big production run of them. Okay. And the Dingo's been a bit of a hit, more than what I thought.
Right. Yeah. Certainly.
And especially that wide body look, changing things up, making things look a little bit more aggressive. Yeah. People have really been drawn to it. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Now this is not one that you're going to build up like you do the Outlaw Speedster. This is purely kit form.
These are just the kits. So we'll do the kits for people. Some people have asked, can you help us? Like if we needed to know, how to make the brackets or the hinges or something, and we'll help. Yeah. And it'll cost them, but we will be able to do it for them. Okay. But for the most part, it's just we're selling the kits and you guys put them on. Yeah. The Outlaw always comes with everything. Yeah. So my Outlaw, we've done a lot of work on the development of that, and so you get everything. Yeah. But this at the moment, I've got guys putting it on space frame. I've got guys put it on Toyota 86. One guy is toying with the idea of putting it on the MGF. It'll fit the MGF. MGF is probably the easiest fit out of all of them. Oh, really? But it's like some people like the MGF, some people don't. So.
I mean, the 86, obviously, you've got another 10 years development, and and it's a Toyota, and it's yeah.
But like the
Will it go on the? Because there's 2 generations of 86 now, isn't there? There's the first one came out 2012. It's pretty much the same car, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think the architecture is the same. There's a bit of aesthetics that's different. Yeah. But most of that just gets peeled away. Right. Yeah. And then the overlay is not bad, man. Like when you put the overlay of the Dingo over the top of the 86, it works. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So that's right. So that's the Dingo. So we've got another one going to get pushed out. Going over to Miami. Okay. So we've got one going there.
Well, let's have a look. We'll have a look at that actual moulder in a moment. But one sec, we'll go over someone else first. So this is a much more recognisable shape.
Yeah. So this you haven't seen this. No. I didn't even mention it to you. No. And yeah, we've had this for.
I don't like surprises. Oh, I do.
Hey, my missus doesn't like surprises either. She likes to know everything in advance and what's going on.
No, and then
she rocked up this morning and she goes, "What's all this? Where did you get this from?"
But so this was, where did this come from?
Okay, so this mould here came out of Western Australia. It again, I just keep my eye out for different manufacturers. A lot of the old timers, you know, they've got old and they've retired, and then they sell their moulds on. And so this one I found in Western Australia, and it, you know, I had to have it. So it's basically, you know, it's just a Speedster. That this was made in the 80s, this mould, and we'll improve on the mould a little bit. And
so that's a Speedster sized windscreen, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a shortened windscreen,
okay, yeah.
And it's a damaged windscreen. If you see there, we broke the mould. Well, we didn't when it was shipped. It got broken. But coming from Western Australia,
oh yeah,
like you can imagine the cost of shipping from Western Australia to here. It was cost us more to ship this from Western Australia than it costs for us to ship a car to England. One of our kits, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So we ship a car.
Truck on a straight road.
Unbelievable. Like it came on the train. Came on the train on the Nullarbor. But to ship a one of our Outlaw Speedster kits is about $1,200 Aussie to get from port to port, from Port of Melbourne to, I think it's Bristol over there.
Right.
So that cost $1,200. To get this from Perth to here was $3,400.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, no, Aussie prices are bloody big, but that sounds ridiculous. Right,
But
now tell us about how this works though, mate. This is going to go on we're talking about a Boxster, weren't you?
Yeah, so got one customer, he's putting it on a Boxster. So there's a bit of work, got to extend the seals because the key is using those the Boxster doors.
Yeah.
All right. So
now the Boxster's a bigger car.
Yeah.
So tell me about it.
Definitely. So
how this is going to work.
it's bigger in track width, and it's bigger in the actual wheelbase. So there's a bit of toying around and getting the actual proportions right.
Yeah.
It's not
on the eye.
Yeah, because you look at it and you'll say, far out. Isn't that just too long?
Yeah.
So there's ways you.
So the Boxster's longer. So you're telling me this is going to be.
Yeah. So for example, I think it's from memory. Don't quote me. 130 odd mil longer.
Yeah.
The way you're going to get that length is by pulling the body back like that.
Yeah.
Extending your seals, using the Boxster doors, and then you'll utilize that Boxster door, and that's where you're going to get your length from.
Right.
But that's only one part of the problem.
Yeah,
that will get you.
Then you're going to look that on a profile.
Yeah.
First off, though, if you did that, just that.
Yeah.
You're going to look. Hang on, that's a bit weird looking.
It's going to look like a stretched limo.
Yes, exactly.
You know, so you got to make sure you get the proportions right. So what's the next step? So you're going to have to widen it a bit. Okay. So and to say widen it, you know, how do you widen it and still make it look like a 930? So this customer is actually building a race car with this. So he'll probably going to want to put big rubber on it anyway. But you'll see later, we've got the CNC, but the trick is you'll get your extra width from here. So you're gonna put on a different quarter, you know, and we'll decide what size, I guess, you know, might have to go 50 mil each side.
Yeah.
With the same profile though.
So you'll send out that to the designer, will you?
Yeah, my designer will do all the drawings,
yeah.
And you'll see now we've got the machinery inside, where we'll do all the manufacturing inside.
Right, wonderful. So essentially, I mean, it'll become a bit of a wide body then.
Yeah, it'll be a wide body.
Yeah. So this would have gone on a Beetle back in the day then, would it?
Yeah, this would have been a Beetle car, I reckon.
Yeah, yeah.
And to be honest, I can't say 100% if it was a Beetle or a Type 3
or whatever.
I'm not sure. But I'm not interested in building cars on old school Beetles and old school stuff. No. I'm interested in that body swap resto mod.
Absolutely.
So if we do one of these, which we will, we'll put on something modern.
Yeah,
you know,
cool.
And then you know those MR2 SW30s, what a great platform. You know, there's heaps of mods you can put on that.
Pulled up on that.
Yeah, because you said that I got it around the wrong way, but I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. So I told him to buy an SW20. He bought an SW30, and then we had to switch everything to the SW30 for him.
So you wanted him to? You wanted him to buy an SW20.
Yes. Yeah.
So, oh right.
Yeah. So, and then you blame me, go, oh, you got it wrong, and I got it, and Timbo.
But then we got pulled up on. It's not called an SW30. It's called a SWW something. Anyway,
maybe I don't know, man. I don't know enough about them. I'll be honest, man. I'm no expert on MR2s.
Yeah.
All I know is the guy wanted me to. He bought the SW30, and he wanted me to build it for him to fit. Gotcha. And so we had basically tooled to the SW20.
Yeah.
And then he goes, Timbo, I bought the wrong one.
Right.
And then I go, don't worry, I've got you. And then it took us a while longer to refab, but I reckon it's worked out good for both of us. Right, you know.
Yeah.
A shout out to Johansson, because we've hit a snag with some shipping, and Johansson's been there and understanding, and he's a top customer over in New Jersey. Yeah. And just a quick shout out to you, Johansson. You're a legend. But yeah, so the SW30.
And you are willing, if somebody wants to do it on an SW20, you can still retool for that?
Yes.
Lovely.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Hang on.
MR2s.
Oh, all right.
Have you noticed MR2s are expensive?
Yeah, well.
Over here?
Yeah.
Like they're an expensive.
The SW20 would definitely, I mean, it's more expensive than the 30, isn't it?
Yeah, man. It's an expensive car to get into, you know. So then that's why we're sort of saying SW20 or 30 is for US or UK, because the market there for those cars is obviously a lot weaker.
Yeah.
You know, they're cheap over there compared to here.
Yeah. All right, cool. Okay. So, back to the original.
Yeah.
So this was what you originally got before it became that. So this was the original.
So get this, right? Okay. I'll tell you the story with this. I'm bored at home and I'm saying, I want to build a 356, all right? And so I start looking on Marketplace for a 356. I was living just down the road here in Cowes, and then on Marketplace came up 356 body molds in Surf Beach.
But you weren't thinking about...
No, no idea. Right. No, I didn't want to start building cars. I just wanted to build one car for myself, a 356.
Right.
And then in Surf Beach, which is five kilometres up the road from me, on an island that's 100 kilometres from Melbourne, are the molds for a 356. I go, no. That is the universe telling me something. I got in the car, told the missus nothing, told her nothing at all. Got in the car, drove down, and bought them on the spot.
Right.
On the spot. Right. And this guy had tyre kickers. Oh, I don't know if that mould's good enough or this or that, and then trying to bang him down on price. Anyway, I bought it on the spot, and then all those boys, some of them are in that 356 replica club thing that's going on Facebook, and they started to get pissed. Oh, I wanted those moulds, and so they got their backs up. Well, you know what I can say to them? Suffer in your jocks. And so we bought these, right? We bought these, and this was the first mould that we ever bought. And then we've it was a wide body, and now we've got the narrow body as well. So this is a standard. So this is not a wide body. No. This is just like the standard without the roof. We're going to produce obviously a Speedster, because that's what this customer's ordered. Yeah. This one's going out to Mark. Now this was meant to be made by those guys in Yarram that their shop burnt down.
Oh, right.
Okay, yeah. And so this has come to us, and we'll make it here for him. Oh. And from now on, we're doing everything in-house.
Right, okay.
And we'll make a coupe version, and we're going to make the Speedster, which you've got here. Yeah. This is Mark's car. Right. And so this is what started it for us. Goes on a Volkswagen shortened chassis. Yeah. And that's what all those...
What it was anyway.
Pardon?
Which is essentially what it was anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what really, that's what it was. Yeah. But for me, I don't think I'll ever build one. I don't want to say never, but I don't think I'll ever build one that's exactly like on a Volksy chassis or something like that. It doesn't... I don't know, it doesn't give me that joy or that buzz.
It's been done.
Yeah, it's been done and good. Don't get me wrong, I respect the cars and I respect the builds and I love them. I really do, I love them. Yeah. But it's not for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? I like that resto mod body swap stuff. Sure. So this one's...
But is there anything new, you're keeping it at these proportions that this could go on nowadays with you know, that's possibly got a, is there anything with a low enough engine at the front?
I don't know, man. You know those, I looked at it there's this Daihatsu,
yeah.
What's that, Copen?
Right, oh yeah, but you don't want to cut up one of them.
Yeah, there you go. Like, but I don't know, I don't know. I haven't looked into it enough. When I was building the Outlaw, it came down to MR2 and MGF that were something that gets you past this swoop in the bonnet, because you look at that, if you got let's say I was looking at the MX-5.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do it on the MX-5 for the US market, Miata, I think they call it.
Yeah.
You look, the engine was here, and then you've got the cover, the timing chain cover, or timing belt cover, I don't even know, sitting there.
Yeah.
So how do you close the bonnet?
Yeah.
So then you got to put a bonnet scoop in it.
Yeah.
So forget it.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if those little 3-cylinder cars nowadays, they're not those small, anything small enough, or you know, not got
what,
the height
those
in
smart cars?
No, I mean, there's a lot of power. I mean, there's a lot of powerful cars out there now, 3-cylinder. I mean, even.
But where's the engine bloke?
Yeah, I was just thinking how tall they are. How, you know, whether there's any. So what's the height? What's the height you've got there between axle and, or you know, the engine mounts, and what's the absolute maximum height?
Oh, I can't even remember, man. I couldn't tell you. Like,
right, okay, guys. Let's get in the comments. Have a look on Wikipedia. See what the height is between or whatever it is. Have a look at the axle on a 356, an original 356. Let's start with that, or a Beetle, and then see what new engine could go.
So we want to know what clearance we've got underneath the bonnet. So the bonnet sits here, and it's got an inner, okay? So if you look at that, okay?
Yeah.
What's that clearance to the engine?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd probably need an east-west engine.
Right.
Maybe I don't know, one of those TTs might do it. I'm not sure, but that's possible. Hang on a second.
All right.
Hey, how much you owe me?
No, I'm looking, thinking, you know, these things that go on in a, you know, little 1 litre Ecotec bloody Fiesta engines, or Swift or something like that, or if
what about those insignias? Those, what are they? Those Vauxhall Insignia. What are they? They're a convertible, but they're too long, man.
What you? Yeah.
You know the wheelbase is short.
I mean, or something out of one of those 660 blooming Kai cars or something like that from Japan. Any of those little 660 engines.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, the things that go in a Copen.
Well, if you think about it, you've got a bug, a Volkswagen Beetle, and then you've got to chop that shorter.
Yeah.
So what's shorter than a Volkswagen Beetle these days? Nothing. Because we've all become fatter, taller.
Well, it's like I say, the Kai cars from Japan, you might even get a little...
Which Kai car, man?
A Kai car is the 660 thin, you know, they have to be a certain width to become a K car. Okay. In Japan, they to fit a certain tax bracket, they have to be under 660 cc's, be a certain width. Like a Copen and a Cappuccino are K cars. Whatever.
So maybe.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. If someone can get us the same wheelbase and that we can clear it, I'll build it.
Right. Okay.
I love building shit like that. Yeah. Absolutely love it.
Well, I'm going to get on Facebook and we'll find a K car then.
Yeah, man.
Because there's got to be something out there that's newer and modern that can sit under it. Because their bloody engines are so small nowadays. So those little cars, the
Hey, Davo,
3 Series.
Where are you?
3-cylinder jobs.
He's gone.
All right. Anyway, right. That's enough on this one. What are we going to do next? All right.
All right. We've got the rule and the builder's tape measure.
Oh, and
now
and
listen.
The most important thing.
Listen. You know what pisses me off the most? When people say, "Oh, why don't you fit it to this?" or "Why don't you fit it to that?" Why don't you fit it to that? All right. Oh, it'll fit on the Copen. All right. We'll make it fit. But you know how many times I get people say, "Oh, Wood, can you fit it to this or fit it to that?" Man, you can fit it to anything, but how far do you want to go?
Yeah, okay.
All right, now I've had my rant. Big Dave, shut up. Here. Come here. All right, measure the wheelbase roughly, right? So we've got 2100 wheelbase. Yeah, I think that's about right. So 2100 wheelbase. This is for everybody on there that wants to do their search for these cave malachias. Yeah. Let me move that. All right, and then what do we got there, Davo? Let's say, no, that's to the ruler, but the bonnet's down lower. Say 580 clearance. 580. Okay, but that's not including the tyre, obviously.
Right.
So you're going to have another, 200 mil of height. Yeah. So call it 750. Okay. All right, we got that.
Yeah.
And okay, you see, see this thing there, that Outlaw, that's 2400 wheelbase across. And what's the track, Dave? Do you remember? Can't even remember the track on it.
Okay. All right. Come on, guys. Tell us what else we can put this under. Put under this, sorry.
Dave, where you going, man? He's running away. Huh? He doesn't like being on camera.
He's so all right. So this is your original mould for the Outlaw.
So this is the Outlaw mould. This survived the fire down there. So we're so happy to have this because this is the original. Yeah. We've got, you can see the difference between the 356 original Speedster molds that we purchased originally to what we made to fit the MGF and the MR2s. Okay. So it's you can tell straight away it's a bigger car. You look at that. Just look at your door length. Yeah. That's 1300 over here. The door length is, about 1050. Okay. So it's a bigger car, but I reckon we got the proportions right. All right. But you've seen all that before. Yeah. So this is the Dingo.
Well, not quite yet, is it?
Well, yeah. So we're just waiting for the machine to come on board. You'll see the CNC in action in a minute, but we've got the Dingo shell. It's just been prepped. And then we've got the wide body coming on here. As you see in the photos, you can put them up. The wide body coming on there, and then the wide body coming on here with the sail plane.
Right, cool. Okay. Fair enough, and now,
look
the new star of the show, apart from this star of the show, over the back, let's have a look over there.
Hey, Davo, come on, man. He's hiding in the corner. He goes, you know what he said to me? He goes, why didn't you tell me that Dave was coming today? I go, because if I told you, you wouldn't have come. That's what happened last time. This is Scotty.
Hello, Scotty.
Scotty's the technician that's setting up the CNC for us.
Okay, but Dave's been at work on this one, I see. We saw the little short put up on online.
So exactly like the...
Go and spend a load of money and then cut it about.
Yeah.
So what did he do?
So first Scotty removed all the original, what are those, air pods? They're air pods. Yeah, and so what they do, they suction and they hold on, the timber, when you're cutting and stuff. But that's really for sort of that two-dimensional cut. Yeah. Whereas we're changing this into a three-dimensional machine. So it's a 4-axis, but the key is we want extra depth. So instead of just having maybe 150 mil of cutting depth, we're aiming to get to 300.
So is it in the specs of the original?
That's in the Dirty Dog Outlaw specs. All right. This is now. It's no longer a BSE. How do you say that? BSE. It's no longer a BSE machine. It's a Dirty Dog Outlaws modified Rover.
Before you go about
A3.3,
cutting it up and whatever, how did you know it was going to be able to penetrate down to that depth?
I didn't. No. I don't work like that. No. I buy stuff first, right? And then I call people like Scotty and I say, can it be done?
Right.
So what happened? I bought this at auction, okay? And it was sitting at the auction, and then I'm looking for someone that can bring it from the auction site safely to here. Yeah. And I put it on the BSE Facebook page, and Scotty touched base with me and said, Timbo, I think I can help you. Right. And so he's been here the whole way. He went to the auction site, put the prepared the machine for transport. There was a lot of work involved. Then we got it shipped down by Bass Coast Transport. Shano brought it down, and then we lifted it off, put it in here, and now we're doing all the mods.
Okay. So what's Scotty up to at the moment then?
Scotty, what are we doing, man?
All right. Sorry, buddy. 1 sec. Let me just stick a mic underneath you.
I don't think Scotty was planning on being on camera.
No, not really.
What are you doing?
Just changing parameters and getting the machine to hopefully cut as deep as we can.
Okay. Okay. Are you confident? What's it? Magical 350? Did you say?
We won't get 350, but we'll get as much as we can. And
Okay.
we might have to have a jig and just cheat the machine a little bit.
Has it been done before? The modifications that you've been doing?
I've never done it, no.
Right.
So we'll find out.
Okay.
It'll work, you watch. You watch. So you can do, what's this cut standard? Does this cut 150 standard?
No.
What's a cut standard?
Probably 100 max. That's the original.
Right. Wow.
See that? So we take it to the next level.
So why are you needing to go that deep?
All right.
On what?
So, first of all, let's say we're gonna cut a car design out.
Yeah.
So my guy Seb does the design for me,
Yeah.
and then we want to cut it out. We don't want to cut it out in 150 blocks of foam, and then have it like all stuck together at every 150. Because a car like, like the Dingo, you'd have like, I don't know, 100 joints in it.
Right. Okay.
So what we're trying to do is make it 300, so you could basically cut a whole profile side of a car, and then cut the boot section in.
Oh, right.
And then,
Oh,
so you're
okay.
getting it a lot deeper, you know, like you're making bigger parts. And because we're doing the prototype work, I think it's important to make it as easy as we can. So it's a bit of pain now, especially for Scotty, because he's trying to do something that he hasn't done before.
Yeah.
But like the machine can do it. It's just how do you program it? And even my guy over in Moldova, Seb, he's going to have to learn how to do the G code to supply to Scotty, and then to supply to John to make this all work.
Hang on, we'll go step back.
I don't know, man. G code does some sort of cutting, like it's the way the machine cuts. It's the actual code that goes into the machine that shows the cutting profile.
Rightio. Cool.
So that's what the G code is. So my guy, he's got the drawings. Like, so he drew the Dingo.
Yeah.
Right? So we've got all of that. And then he's spliced it into blocks.
Yeah.
So now we can, we know that we can cut, let's say 300 and 300 blocks.
Right.
But then all that profile cutting and which tool to use and so forth has to be done in G code.
Okay.
And that's where we've got to marry it up.
Okay.
But if we can build an outlaw Speedster on an MGF that everybody said we couldn't do, this is a piece of piss, right?
Okay. So anyway, look, you sent me plenty of renderings from your man. What am I going to be able to show you at the end of this?
So Seb's working on a few things, yeah? And we want to do something that's fully out of control.
Yeah.
When I say next level, now the problem is with this hypercar and kit car market and all of that, there's so many guys out there building some really cool stuff.
Right.
So what do we build? Is it a Maybach Vision 6? I'd love to build one of those.
Okay.
Is it a truck on like an F250, just out of control futuristic truck?
Yeah.
Is it a hypercar? I don't know, man. Like, what do we build? Like, I want to take it to the next level.
Okay. Well, there you go, guys. Send some thoughts on. Tell us some thoughts down in the comments.
Dave, I just want to. Hey, come
He
down
ain't
to
gonna-
Dave here. Look, he's hiding behind the cameras, yeah?
He's never gonna say anything.
No, he is. So I told him he'll get $100 per word. All right? Now, he's got 2 words he wants to say for $200. And I'm pretty sure it's F off.
There we are. All right.
But Dave's the, I can't say much more than what I've already said on other videos. He's like, when it comes to the actual mechanics of making everything work and the kits work, he can do it all. And you saw him, you know, welding that, you know, that bed on that machine. You know, he's never done that before either, but he, you know, it's come up perfect. So without Dave, Dirty Dog Outlaws is just a bald, fat Bosnian.
Okay, all right, the silent assassin does exist. We'll get a word out of him one day.
Yeah, we've got to get him working. We've got to get some booze into him, right? We'll get some booze into him, and then we'll get him doing something dangerous, like working.
Hey, you never know who's listening. Work safety might be
I'm joking, okay?
All right, catch you later, buddy.
All right, cheers, bloke, bye.